Hey, Pally.
Today is January 23rd, 2019, and InFocus starts right now.
The Peary Center will soon be filled with students enjoying this year's winter formal. We'll have some info on that.
And the top doctor in California is named, and she has Palo Alto roots. We will have more.
All that and more is coming up on today's show. Welcome to InFocus. I'm Sarah Nash.
And I'm Max Bonstetter.
There's a lot going on around campus today.
Here's some important announcements from today's campus bulletin.
ASB is hosting a winter formal in the small gym, and Cream will be catering. The dress code is semi-formal, and DJ Q from Wild 94.9 will be the DJ. The dance will take place on Saturday, February 9th from 7 to 10. Early bird tickets are $3 for ASB card holders and $5 without an ASB card. At the door, all tickets are $10, so be sure to buy tickets early. They're available on the Pally Web Store on the Quad and in front of the MAC the week of the dance. ASB is also selling Valograms from January 28th to February 1st. One Valogram can be purchased for $3 or two for $5. The greetings will be delivered during third period on February 12th.
Pally's Club Day is coming up soon and offers students an opportunity to see the many club options offered this semester. Club Day will be on Friday, February 1st. Students are encouraged to share in the fun and sign up for their favorite clubs. Boys volleyball will be having tryouts for JV and varsity this Friday night in the big gym. Tryouts will be from 6 to 8 p.m.
Students who are thinking about taking a gap year but are worried about the cost of participating in a program with global immersion, meaningful internships, and a balance of independence and support should consider Global Citizen Year and its Merit Scholarship for Palo Alto graduates. The scholarship entry form is in Naviance, or students can contact Ms. Chernabori to learn more. Applications for the Global Citizen Year Scholarship are due this Friday, January 25th. Also, Erica Woolsey, the PhD marine biologist, will be speaking at Pally on February 22nd. She will be bringing 20 VR headsets and will tell us about Immerse, her project to share the ocean with the public through virtual reality. The footage she will showcase will be the final product from Immerse and does not even exist yet. Well, moving on now from what's going on around campus to what's happening in the world and locally today.
Let's take a look at what's topping today's headlines in today's News Minute.
Well, California Governor Gavin Newsom has announced his pick for the new California Surgeon General. The video on screen now is of her TED Talk where she discussed how childhood trauma affects lifetime health. Newsom has selected Dr. Nadine Burke-Harris, who happens to be a Pally grad. Burke-Harris is a national expert in child development, and Newsom hopes that her experience can benefit the youngest of Californians.
New York Yankees closer Mariano Rivera on Tuesday became the first player unanimously elected into the National Baseball Hall of Fame. All 425 voters included Rivera on their Hall of Fame ballots. Roy Halladay, Edgar Martinez, and Mike Mussina filled out the 2019 class. Amazing, Rivera said on his achievement, per MLB.com's Mark Feinsand. Quote, "It was a beautiful, long career," end quote.
Well, 4 aid volunteers are facing prison time after leaving food and water inside an Arizona National Wildlife Refuge where undocumented migrants have died trying to enter the United States. The volunteers, who are part of the No More Deaths Ministry of the Unitarian Universalist Church of Tucson, could be sentenced to up to 6 months in prison and fined up to $500 after they were convicted Friday by federal magistrate Bernardo Velasco. The volunteers, Natalie Hoffman, Oona Holcomb, Madeline Hughes, and Zakalia Orozco, were charged with entering a National Wildlife Refuge without a permit and abandonment of property, according to statement from the aid group. 5 other No More Deaths volunteers face charges for efforts to place life-saving food and water inside the Cabeza Prieta National Wildlife Refuge, the aid group said. Those volunteers will have trials in February and March. Moving on now from world news to today in history.
Trey Bishoping, our very own resident historian, has more.
What's up, Trey?
Thanks, guys. Today we go back more than 4 centuries on this installment of Today in History. On this day in 1556, the deadliest earthquake on record hit China. This earthquake was ranked 8 on the magnitude scale. The epicenter of the earthquake was in the Wei River Valley in Shaanxi province in China. Serious destruction and deaths occurred as much as 300 miles from the epicenter. This earthquake also triggered landslides, which contributed to the enormous death toll. Hopefully, none of us will witness anything like this in our lifespans. That is all for me. Back to you.
Thanks for that, Trey. Well, spring sports are starting their preseasons and registration processes, but winter sports are still in the middle of their seasons.
There are K-Cheers in the studio now with an update on how our winter sports are doing.
There, I heard basketball was away at Gunn last night.
Thanks, Max and Sarah. That's right. Boys basketball took the short trip across town to face off against rival Gunn. The freshman team took the court first and won a close one, 39-37. The varsity team kept it going by winning 64-53. Now let's see what's on the docket for Pally teams today. All soccer teams will be taking on Homestead with boys varsity and JV both playing at 3:30 p.m. Girls JV and varsity are both away at Homestead at 3:30 p.m. as well. Finally, girls JV and varsity basketball are away at Saratoga. The JV team hits the court at 5:30, followed by varsity at 7 p.m. The varsity girls will be looking to improve to 14-3 and are now ranked number 13 in the Bay Area News Group Top 25. That's all for me. Back to you.
The weather has been pretty inconsistent in these last few days.
Yeah, I totally agree. So let's take a deeper look into today's weather report. Ingrid Pychow's in the studio now. What's going on, Ingrid?
Thank you, Max. Thank you, Sarah. Well, today in Palo Alto it's 58 degrees and it's pretty sunny outside, which is really surprising since all this weeks of rain. Now, looking at the high is 59 and the low is 44. There's going to be a gust of wind of 4 miles per hour. The humidity stands at 52 and no rain today. Now, looking at tomorrow and Friday, you can see that the highs are going to be at 64 and the lows are going to be at low 40s. Still really sunny. Now, looking at our 5cast, you can see that for this week, it's going to be mostly sunny. There's going to be a little bit of cloudy weather on Saturday, Sunday, but still okay. You can see that the highs are going to be way warmer than they were last week, and the lows are going to be a little bit warmer too. Now looking at our Bay Area temperatures, you can see that San Francisco and Oakland, the high for today is going to be 59 and the lows are going to be on the mid-40s. While in Palo Alto and San Jose, it's kind of the same thing, but you can definitely see that the weather is warming up today, and that's all for me. Back to you in the studio.
Well, thanks, Ingrid. Well, that does it for today's episode.
Be sure to visit our website to check out old episodes, check the bulletin, or just send us an email.
Till next time, have a great day, Pally.